Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. In today's video, we have a massive Sephora haul. The Sephora savings event is still going on, at least at this point in time when I'm filming this, and you guys were interested in seeing a haul of all of the goodies I picked up during the sale. I also am in a robe and not wearing makeup right now because we're also going to do a get ready with me towards the end of the video using new products that I picked up during the sale. If you're interested in seeing what I picked up, as well as seeing some of these tried on my face, then go ahead and keep on watching. And if you're not already subscribed, would really appreciate if you subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you picked up, and also would appreciate if you follow me on Instagram. Ever since they started moving the Sephora sale dates up and up and up, it always falls on the last Friday, either like the last Friday in October or the first Friday in November, which means it falls on the week of my birthday. So I go extra ham during this time of year because I get gift cards and I treat myself. So by no means is this a normal amount of consumption, nor is this an amount of consumption I encourage. Just have to say that disclaimer. So if you get upset by people purchasing a lot of products, then please don't watch this video because this will not be for you. I'm going to go ahead and just start picking items at random and talking about them. We're not going to go category by category because that would be a little bit too difficult because they are all piled up in this bag. Let's start with a couple of items I restocked, and those are from K18. I restocked my beloved Air Wash Dry shampoo that I talked about in my recommendations video. I picked up another one of the full size and then another one of the mini sizes. I won't go on too much about this because I've raved about it before, but this is my #1 Sephora recommendation. I cannot say enough good things about this magical dry shampoo. Another item I restocked, but I don't think it's in this bag here, is the Kosas brow product that I talked about in my recommendations video. Love that one. I will probably also pick up a couple more during the Kosas Black Friday sale because they'll typically do like 30% off. I'm just almost done with my current one and I could not risk not having that product for a few weeks because I love it that much. Let's talk about a few fragrances that I picked up. The first one I picked up is the new Fleur Cashmere Skin Body Mist. I picked it up in the small size and I'm kind of regretting not getting the full size because it smells incredible. Something that's annoying is like, I don't know why my lid came all like stained and dirty, but it is what it is. I tried this out this morning because it arrived yesterday and I am blown away by this fragrance. So the notes are almond, cyclamen, cashmere, cream, vanilla, santal, ambrette, musk, Peru balsam, and it just smells so cozy and amazing and not overly like grandma-y. I was a little bit worried when I read the description, but it smells amazing and I'm tempted to pick up the full size before the sale ends because it smells that good. A little sampler set I picked up is from the brand Chris Collins, and this is the Chris Collins Discovery Set, and I picked this up because I was super curious about Forbidden Apple, and then I was also curious about a few of the other scents. I ripped this open this morning and I tried Forbidden Apple and oh my gosh, it smells absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, the small size is sold out on Sephora and I don't want to spring for the $175 bottle. So I'm going to keep an eye and see if it happens to restock these last couple days of the sale so that I can pick up the travel size of Forbidden Apple. I normally don't go crazy in the body care category during the Sephora sale, but I've heard such great things about these Soft Services buffing bars, and they have this adorable set for the holidays that looks like a little book, and in it you get 4 of their miniature buffing bars, and these are supposed to be just amazing exfoliator body bars. And this set comes with the original Green Banana Debaser, which is a collab, whoop, these are gonna fall out, which is a collaboration with DS and Durga, the fragrance house, and then Affogato L'Orange, which I've heard amazing things about. So I'm very excited to try these and report back. I love the Soft Services hand cream, so I have high hopes for these. I also picked up the set of 2 of the Affogato L'Orange buffing bars. This scent is allegedly limited edition and people have just been raving about it, so I couldn't help myself. So these are a set of 2 of the full size of the Affogato L'Orange set. Also from Soft Services, I picked up the TheraPlush Overnight Repair Hand Treatment Refill. That is the limited edition collaboration with Deadcool. I mentioned this during my Sephora recommendations video. This has 0.05 retinol, and this is a limited edition scent, which is Extra Milk, which is one of the Deadcool fragrances that I really, really like. So I'm very glad I picked this up before it sold out. I'm gonna start pulling some of the makeup I picked up. Okay, so I picked up a few things from Hung Van Gogh Beauty. I've heard really good things about his brand. I also love his YouTube tutorials and was very excited when it was announced he was starting a brand. Now the items I picked up, so I picked up the bronzer in Positivity. I also picked up one of his blushes. This is in the shade Born from Beauty. And it's a very pretty coral shade. Let me go ahead and just quickly swatch these. Oh my God, that is so silky. I heard that his powder cheek products are the standouts in his line. And ooh, that is so soft. Okay, so here we have the blush. And then the bronzer. Wow, that is very silky. Okay, so here we have the bronzer. Let's just stay on the topic of bronzers actually, because I also picked up the new bronzer from the brand Basma. I love Basma Beauty. I think their products are so underrated. And I was excited that they launched a powder bronzer. This is in the shade Light. Ooh, that's also feeling nice and silky. Let's swatch it next to the Hung Van Gogh one. Okay, so here, I would say this one is more neutral than the Hung Van Gogh, at least to me. It's looking like the Hung Van Gogh is slightly warmer than the Basma. But that swatched really nicely. I obviously haven't tried it on yet, but now I'm even more excited that I picked it up. From Westman Atelier, I ended up picking up the little blush stick trio that I recommended, mainly for the shade Jam. I already own Petal and Touchette, so I don't think I'm going to swatch those because I think those would be great to actually give away in a gift to someone. But I do want to swatch Jam. So let me find Jam. She is exactly what I would hope for in a cream blush named Jam. Oh, I have to be careful. I don't want to stain my robe with my swatches. Let's keep going. Okay, I picked up from Ciel the SPF blushes. I actually picked up a couple more, but now that I think about it, I don't think that package arrived. This one is the shade Cozy, and I've just heard such amazing things about these blushes. Let's watch the shade Cozy. Ooh, that's pretty. I was excited to grab this little set from Ilia, and this is the mini lip sketch duo, and this is 2 of their miniature lip sketches. I actually don't own any of the lip sketches. I've been very intrigued by them, and this comes with the shade Banquet and Rhyme, and I do not believe these are limited edition shades. I believe these are just miniatures of the permanent collection. I am so relieved that I got my hands on this. This is the refill of the Farrah Hamidi bronzer in the shade Bois because mine broke. So excited that they've restocked this like the day before the sale started. So good on them. I appreciate them doing that. And so this I did mention during my video that if you wanted to, you can just purchase the refill, and it does have a little lid. So you still are able to use it. You just have to be a little careful because it's, you know, magnetic and there's no magnet in here. but you can definitely purchase it and just use the plastic compact if you don't want to spend the additional, I believe it's like an additional $30 for the case. This, I thought I forgot where it was, but I actually have it right here. This is the 7 Virtues Buttercream Haze perfume. I hemmed and hawed over whether I was going to get the small size or the full size of this. I went into the store a few times and tried it on because I live like 5 minutes from a Sephora. And finally I caved and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get the full size. And this is a beautiful fragrance that has buttercream, caramel, and vanilla. Now keep in mind the first time you spray it, you're actually gonna smell some lemon in there, but when it dries down, it disappears. I don't like lemony or citrusy fragrances. I mean, okay, I just specifically don't like lemon fragrances. There are plenty of citrus ones, I don't mind. So that's why I hemmed and hawed for a little bit over this. But then like the final time I went and tried it on, I just couldn't stop smelling my wrists afterwards. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for it. So very, very excited about this guy. Another fragrance I picked up is the kit that I recommended in my video, and it is the kit that I buy every year, and this is the Sephora Favorites fragrance kit. It's a crazy good value because it's $95 plus the 20% off. And then you have samples of all the fragrances in here, and then a certificate to get a full size. So this one comes with a bunch of them. The ones that I'm most interested in are Flora Carnivora by Henry Rose, and then the Net Juicy Pear one. I already own Cherry Ambition by 7 Virtues and love it, as well as Commodity, Milk, and the Maison Louis Marie one, but we will go ahead and test out the samplers and see if I decide on maybe a different one. But I have a sneaking suspicion I'll be getting the Net, or I don't know how to pronounce it, Nete Pear one. More fragrance. I ended up picking up this little Rare Beauty fragrance set. You get one of the travel sizes of the Rare Beauty fragrance, and then this cute little roller ball that is a miniature of the full size bottle. And it's a cute little roller ball. I really like this fragrance. I know people were obsessed with it and it went viral and sold out. And then there were some people who were like, meh, it's boring. I think it's a really nice fragrance and I really like it. And I love this little set. Also, I picked up one of the Rare Beauty layering balms. So if you're not aware, they did something really cool when they released the fragrance. They also released, I believe, 4 layering balms that have different fragrances that go well with the Rare Beauty perfume. All of them have been out of stock for ages, but my Sephora had Woody, and I wanted to pick it up because when I smelled it in store, I was like, this smells very like Christmassy, wintry. It's giving me kind of pine needle vibes. And then when you add in like the warmth of the Rare Beauty perfume, it's just like a very nice, complex fragrance pairing that I really like. I'm gonna add some of the fragrance balm behind my ears because it's still on my hands. I also got the new Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve in the new shade and fragrance, Vanilla Bonbon. My lips are super dry right now, so let's actually just try this on together. And if you've not yet tried the Ole Henriksen lip balms, these are incredible. Ooh, oh, that smells so good. That smells like freshly baked goods. And this is just a clear one. Oh, they're so nourishing and hydrating, and they really last on the lips. Eyeshadow palettes. I did pick up a couple of eyeshadow palettes. The first being the Danessa Myricks Freedom Palette Lightwork Volume 7. I'm a huge fan of the Danessa Myricks brand, and this product and this palette seems super innovative. I'm sure you've seen that videos on YouTube of this, but you're able to kind of create miniature palettes inside it. I don't want to open up right now because my vanity in front of me is just piled, but it is a very, very intriguing palette and I'm excited to play around with this one. The other palette I picked up that I wasn't going to pick up, then I swatched it in store and I was like, ooh, I need to try this. I need to try it. It is the new miniature Patrick Ta palette in the light shade. And in this, you get 6 matte shadows. They come in a light version, like medium, and then a dark version. And I really love the Patrick Ta shadows, but his palettes are really big. So I thought this would be a really nice palette for travel. For eyes, I also picked up the new Kulfi shade of their Zari eyes in Chandni Rot. I do apologize. I am definitely mispronouncing that. Let me go ahead and swatch this for you. So these are beautiful cream shadows. And this one is like I think it's more of like a mauve, cool toned, kind of mauve-y shade. Here, let me get a better swatch. Yep, so it is a kind of cool toned, purpley taupe shade. I think this is going to look really pretty over top of those Patrick Ta shadows. So that's what we'll do in the demo. A random purchase, more of an impulse one that I picked up. This is the Summer Fridays Blush Butter Balm in the shade Toasted Terracotta. Now, when this product launched, it had pretty mixed reviews. Some people either loved them or people just kind of thought they were mid. No one thought they were terrible. They were just like either middle of the road or people loved them. But there was just something about this shade when I tried it on in store that was just so flattering and pretty. And I was like, this is just such a beautiful shade for fall. So I'm excited to actually test out the formula. Another little Ilia set I picked up is the Mini Eye Stylus Trio. And I didn't even know this was released or a thing. And then I saw it in store and I was like, you know what? I've been really curious about the Ilia eyeshadow sticks because I know a lot of people here on YouTube love them, but I'm so like picky with my eyeshadow sticks that I was a little scared. I didn't want to like pay full price. So I was like, you know what? This will be a good little trio to try. And in this, you get the shade Beam, Venetian, and Regal. Oh, I should mention these are all of these shimmer shades. They also come in a matte formula. Look how cute these are. Let's do some quick little arm swatches. So here we have Beam. Here we have, what's this one? Venetian. Oh, that's really pretty. Venetian is like a really pretty kind of sparkly pink, and I apologize, it's very difficult to see in this lighting, but I'm filming at night, so no natural light to be had. And then this final shade is the shade Regal, which is a shimmery kind of deep brown. Fair Homedy came out with miniature sizes of their lip pencils in 3 different shades. I'm hoping they continue to come out with minis because the full sizes are just so expensive. I picked up all 3. So they are the shade Dew, Demi, and Fawn. So here they are. And these are ones that you actually sharpen with a pencil. Let's go ahead and swatch these. This is the shade Demi. Ooh, that's a really, really pretty berry shade. This is the shade Dew or Dois. Oh, that's such a pretty nude shade. Sorry, these swatches are horrendous. And then the final shade is Fawn. And this is a true neutral nude where Dew is more of a, or Doe is more of a pinky nude. So I will be using one of these tonight in my makeup look for sure. Let's stay on lips. A lip liner I picked up. It's one that was recommended, I think it was by Mallory Brooks here on YouTube. And this is the Charlotte Tilbury liner in the shade Hot Gossip. I was super curious about the shade, especially when Mallory Brooks said she'd like purchase it 7 times. She described it as like a beautiful cinnamon shade, and I love the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner formula. I think it's one of the best available at Sephora as far as like long lasting goes. So let's swatch this one. Ooh, that is pretty. So it's like a very light kind of cinnamony nude. Oh my gosh, I got so much stuff. It's kind of embarrassing. I picked up the Kulfi lip tint set that I mentioned in my video. You get 2 different shades of their Lossy Lips Staining Lip Oil, and you get the shade First Sorry, which is a permanent shade, and then Date, which is a limited edition one. I don't want to swatch these on my arms right now because they do stain, and I'm going to a wedding reception in a little bit, and I don't want a like weird stain on my arm, so apologies for that. Okay, 2 more lip products are from Refi. I picked up 2 of the new, they're like hydrating liquid lipsticks. I tried these on in store first because liquid lipsticks are so personal and they can be so drying and unflattering. So I wanted to make sure that this was a formula that my lips weren't going to hate. I was very intrigued by the formula when I tried it on, and I was also very intrigued by the applicator. So you get an applicator that has this little metal like ball in it, and then you squeeze up the pigment. The first time you get pigment out of twist type products is always so scary because I feel like you go from no pigment to all of a sudden there will be a crazy amount of pigment everywhere. It did the thing that I was so scared of. Okay, I put out way too much product, but look how pigmented that is. This is the shade Rosa, and they're all perfect like fall winter shades. They're all deeper shades, but ones that I think will look really beautiful on different undertones and skin tones. That is it for lips. Now let's move into eyes. I picked up 3 different eyeliners from Hum Van Gogh. I'd heard amazing things about his eyeliner in both of his formulas. So he has one formula that is a soft velvet kohl, and then another formula that is a long wear eyeliner. So I've heard the long wear eyeliner is really, really amazing in the waterline, and then the soft kohl velvet eyeliner is beautiful on the lash line. So for the gel one, I picked up the shade. I also want to mention, I thought they had very unique shades. They weren't just all black and just plain brown. This is the shade Keep It Effortless. And this is a really pretty, I would describe this as like a milk chocolate brown. So this is the gel formula. And then in the kohl pencil, I got the shade Taupe in brown. Here is brown. Super, super, super buttery soft. And then let's open Taupe. And here we have Taupe. Well, that is it for my haul portion of the video. Again, I know this was a lot of product, so don't leave me hate comments, but I'm very excited to be testing these out. If there's anything that I covered or that I showed you that you really want a dedicated review of, please let me know in the comments and I'll be more than happy to film one. Now let's get into the try on portion of the video. Oh wait, oh my gosh. I wasn't going to purchase any complexion products during the sale because, as I mentioned in my recommendations video, I pretty much only use the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin as of late. But I caved and I got the new Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation. This is his newly, like the new version of his foundation. I don't even know if they're still making the other one. And this shade match in 2N is just perfect on me. And I've tried it on in store a couple of times and was really, really admiring my complexion afterwards. So I decided to pick this up. Thank you so much for watching this ginormous, ridiculous, unnecessary haul video. I do appreciate it. Now let's move into the get ready with me portion of the video. I already have my skincare on and my skincare prepped, so we can move right into the complexion product. So let's try out the Makeup by Mario foundation. I'm gonna just shake it up a little bit in case that's necessary. And if I recall from when I tried this on in store, it's quite liquidy. I'll do like a pump and a half to start, and then I'm just gonna start dotting it on my face. To blend it out, I'm using my beloved Versed multi-brush. I have so many of these and I love them. I will have it linked down below. That was very easy to blend out. I did a light layer. If I wanted to, I could go in with another layer, but I don't really want to. I'm going to be like indoors at this wedding reception. It's going to be, you know, dark at the wedding reception, so I don't really feel the need to, you know, over apply my foundation. But yeah, first impression is I really like it. For concealer, I applied one that I forgot to mention in my Sephora favorites video, but it's one I love, and it is from Kulfi, and it is their Main Match Concealer. I wear the shade Ice Ice Baby. For powder, let's go in with the Say powder. I really like this one. This is in the shade 1 Translucent. Time for bronzer. I'm debating between the Hung Van Gogh bronzer and the Basma. I think I want to go with the Basma though, because I haven't seen anyone else use this yet on YouTube. Brush, I'm going to use this discontinued but amazing Wayne Goss brush. I think I'm seeing this warm up my face a little. I'm like looking in the viewfinder between the two. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing it warm up my face. Do a little on the jawline. Okay, I am really liking that. I think it gave my face like a nice amount of depth. For blush, I definitely want to use the Hung Van Gogh Born from Beauty blush. Oh, wow. Wow, that is so silky. That is stunning. Wow, that is like a truly undetectable blush. It is so finely milled. Ooh, and that shade. I mean, look at the difference. Look how more awake my face looks on the side. And for like a warmer blush like this, I kind of like to carry it up a little bit up here, just so it kind of blends in almost more as like a bronzer. Here's the complexion. Ooh, so pretty. Let me prime my eyes really fast using my beloved MAC primer. And then let's go in with the Patrick Ta palette. I'm going to go in with this shade here and take this really giant fluffy brush from Laura Lee Los Angeles. Just kind of work that into the crease. For the crease, I'm gonna start out with this shade here. And I'm just doing like windshield wiper motions, kind of back and forth. These blend so beautifully. These are very, very beginner friendly. And then I'm gonna add a little depth to it by using this shade here. I'm gonna go in with my Singe Beauty E05 so I can get nice and precise here. I'm gonna apply it and then I'm gonna go back and blend it. Now to finish off the eyelid, we're gonna go in with the Kulfi shade. I'm gonna go in with my finger, and these are a very like wet formula, so I'm gonna apply it and then kind of keep my lid closed for a second so I can let it dry. Actually, you know what? It's like not really necessary that I keep my eye closed, so we're gonna move on to the other eye. Okay, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know if I'm loving the way this is layering on top of itself. I'm gonna let it dry down before I think too much into it. But here's what it looks like on the lid. Again, it's still wet right now. So before we do eyeliner, while I'm letting that dry, let's move into the lips. I need to wipe off the Ole Henriksen that I currently have on my lips. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with my lips. I have more of the like bolder colors from Refi that I could do. No, I'm gonna go with a little bit more of a neutral lip. I'm gonna go in with Fawn from Fair Homedy. These are extremely creamy. I'm gonna let that dry while I'm still debating what we're gonna do with the rest of the lips, and let's go back to the eyes. For the waterline, I definitely wanna go in with the Keep It Effortless Longwear Eyeliner from Hung Van Gogh. Oh, and this one is a twist up. And I'm gonna do the waterline. I think this is a really, really pretty shade for, oh, I kind of got it in my eye, for a waterline. It's like a very pretty light brown. I don't know why my eyes are being like so sensitive and like ticklish tonight. I love, 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 love how that liner looks. It's almost like a nude on me, but just slightly warmer, which I think helps make my eye color pop. For the lash line, I want to go in with the taupe shade of the Kohl liner. Ooh, that was very, very nice and easy to just add a very subtle definition to the lash line. Also, I do like the way the Kulfi shadow dried down. It's just like a very natural, kind of sheerer looking shadow. It's not like full-blown metallic, but I think it looks nice, especially with the Patrick Ta palette. Okay, now let's do brows, lashes, lips, and then we're gonna get on out of here. For brows, I'm feeling lazy, so we're just gonna go in with my beloved Kosas brow product in medium chocolate. Mascara, let's go in with the Tower 28 Make Waves. Oh, and I did what I always do, and I got a little mascara on my waterline. So once my mascara dries, I'm gonna go over my waterline again with that eyeliner. Mascara's done. I'm going back in with the gel liner just to clean up where I got mascara on my waterline. We're good. I'm gonna stop there. Now for lips. Let's go in with Rosa from Refi. Oh wow, this is like the perfect shade to go with that lip liner. Wow. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know in the comments below which of these other products you want me to demo in another video. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and please follow me on Instagram. Oh, and would love if you consider shopping through my affiliate links below. Thanks so much, and I hope you decide to watch another one of my videos in the future.